Hello again, friends. The black pieces this time around. I'm on a bit of a losing streak, so let's turn that around. We'll go with the Sicilian, a Paulson Sicilian. Gonna get an open. We are gonna get an open from Iceland. Oh, he goes ahead and takes. Okay. I don't mind that. I get a strong center. Go ahead and attack that pawn. And position my queen here, like a typical Paulson, to prevent this pawn from coming forward. And I want my bishop out here on this diagonal, preferably, which I don't, it'd be really, really tempting to do immediately, but then I do run into this, and I don't have the knight coming here yet. So let's push h5 to support the knight. Alternatively, I could push the bishop to d6, eyeing this. That's going to invite g3. I mean, g3 will probably come anyway, but really want my bishop on this diagonal. Now that the rook is off of there particularly. Um, so what if I push? He kicks, I jump. He stops mate. Then I bring the bishop out. Then he attacks my queen. Now, because I get a check in and win a pawn, so he doesn't have time to attack the queen. Let's go h5. Gonna fianchetto his dark square bishop. Really? That does not. I don't know why you would want to do that. That surprises me. Maybe it's to just defend it for when the bishop moves because I have a half open file, but it doesn't seem like a useful move right now. I'm going to develop my bishop. I'm going to attack. And I was expecting that, so typically I can bring it here anyway, but if takes, takes, I still have queen here because of the rook. But now he has this running square. And I've lost a piece. So do I get enough compensation? I got to calculate this. So if I go here anyway and he takes, and I take, he gets a move in here. So what does he move? Um, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why not queen here immediately? Um, maybe queen here protecting or bishop here challenging. And if takes, takes, my queen's attacked. I draw back and get attacked. So no, 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 no. If knight here immediately, and takes. Queen's coming here. He can't block with G3 anymore because this is pinned. So no G3. What does he do? Normally my pawn move gets a kick on this knight, but the knight's already gone. So the difference is he gets a free move. Um, it's also got this pawn push, but then I'm attacking here. So I think he's got to take, but once he does, I feel like I'm in trouble. I don't have enough because he's got this running square. So takes, and he could do. I mean, even if he just did a simple developing move, that would be bad. How about bishop out here, or just bishop here? Queen check, king runs. Queen check, king runs. Queen takes. X. Oh no, there's a king here, so no queen move. Um, oh, probably just rook here attacking the queen. Nope, because then queen takes. So rook here protecting the pawn. And I've got no other pieces in the attack. I've only got the queen and a rook back here. So I don't think it works. Let's go with getting how about getting the light square bishop developed. Not too much to calculate there. Just gets another piece active, aimed towards the king. And I'm going to think about pushing d5. If he kicks my knight, I've always got this nice outpost here, so it's not the end of the world. I do get in the habit of trying to force the fishing pole, as I've said many times on these videos, I think. It's a nice tactic, but it doesn't always work, and it's worth noting that it doesn't always work. Now the bishop's over here. I'm still worth calculating. Knight here takes, and I've still got queen here as well. So there's no more bishop here. Queen here, queen here protecting. Might discourage him from taking my knight. I'm kind of tempted to just flip the king and leave my king in the middle. I'm going to do that. Leave the king in the middle. I'm going to swing this rook over and try to force an issue over here eventually. I don't much want to recapture the knight with the king. Recapture the bishop with the king if he takes. We'd love to open up the file. So, okay. Now I do have, what about knight here? Because the pawn takes with a kick. Let's see, here, takes, kicking the queen, queen takes, queen here check, king runs. Not enough. No. Queen here, king runs. And I've got nowhere to run with the queen. What about opening up here? If he pushes, what? Mhm. Hmm. I put my bishop here for a reason, though. But I may have to reposition it. Another idea could be to drop back and just open the bishop up. If I drop back, I think I want to drop back further with the option of coming behind the queen. So let's lift the pawn. Let's lift the pawn, drop the bishop back, push this pawn, and open up the light square bishop. We're going to let him take the knight if he wants the knight. He doesn't want the knight. We're going to drop back. Okay. Now if I push, I'm sealing my dark square bishop. And this position, this pawn is no longer pinned. What about pushing? Takes. I get checked here. Swing our rook around over here in anticipation of this check. Oh, this square is now occupied as well. So if pawn pushes, where's my knight going? Am I just gonna storm ahead? The pawn is now blocking the queen. So takes, queen takes. And had nothing. Hmm. With a queen here. And if he pushes, I can come here, takes, attack the queen. If he takes, I've got this. Let's do that because I am using a lot of time. I'm going to come here in front of the bishop. That's pretty crude, an unsophisticated threat, but I think it does prevent him from doing this immediately. Suppose maybe he could just take it with the bishop. Takes. Doesn't even have to take the pawn though. So takes. He could sidestep with the queen. Um, then I've got an open file here I can work with. I could lift the rook. I've got a pretty significant threat along the open H file. If he takes, I take with the queen and check mate. Let's checkmate. He can't take. He has to guard this square. So he's got to guard it. And now I get the stack rooks. He checks me to try and block my rooks. Shoot. Can I come here and block the check? That seems dangerous. Check anyway, I can sidestep. If he takes with the pawn, I can sidestep. I keep my rooks connected. He's going to run with the king. Okay. Gonna run. I'm going to continue my threat. I can force his king here. What do I do? Maybe I should have brought the rook all the way up here. That pawn is pretty well protected. Deflecting the queen would be wonderful. If I could just deflect that queen. Can I do it by sacking a rook? We could come here. Okay, now the knight's protecting. The knight's protecting the square as well. Push the pawn. Push this pawn, block my battery, open the light square bishop. Gonna do that. Two minutes and 30 seconds. Opponent has 12 minutes. I can still swing my bishop back around to attack this pawn. If he plants his knight here, trying to attack my bishop, I just get out of the way. Ooh, are we planning something here? The knight moves. Got this. King runs. I can come in with the bishop. King runs again. Bishop would be blocking the queen, so I could take. He runs again. So he gets his king out of the way. Let's get the bishop down here. F knight here. No, I don't have rook here because that's a check. Hmm. He just gets knight here now, and I've got to do something about this, which is probably, it's definitely bringing the rook. Everything else fails, I think. Knight here, if I try to push, I just get checked. Check. Check. Oh, maybe rook here then. Attacking the queen. There's no knight checks. So maybe I can push here. Attacking the knight and the pawn. Check. Takes. And the queen's under attack. And the knight's under attack. So maybe I win my piece back there. I am playing down a knight. Well, my pieces are, I, I feel like slightly better coordinated. Only slightly, though. His bishops look pretty good. His queen's around my king. His knight's ready to pounce in here. So not very clear that I have any kind of edge. I may not at all. But it's messy enough that there are tricks. At least I'm making my opponent think a little bit now. What's he do here? I don't think this works. So maybe he does just plant it here. Do I have the same thing? Takes, check, takes. This is hanging and pinned. If takes with the bishop, I take with the queen, or I take with the rook. This is still hanging. He's got this check. So here, push. Maybe he just takes my bishop. Yeah, he could just get the bishop off the board. Because this is a mate threat. Is it mate? It's not mate. Because here, bishop back. Queen takes check, king here. Oh, he took the pawn. He decided to take the pawn. I see. I see. Well, what about this now? I can protect my pawn, attack the queen. He comes back to protect his pawn. Here, attack, deflect the bishop, take in the middle. Let's do that. Because this pawn is much more valuable than this one. He doesn't have to deflect, though. He can come forward. And he does. So, bought me a moment, but only a moment. Well, let's plow ahead. Take here, and I'll take. You take here, and I'll take. Need to break this middle open so that I can get to the king. My only chance. Yikes. Takes, takes, takes. Threaten the bishop. And save my rook. Takes, takes. Maybe he runs first. Hmm. 5 to 5 on the pawns. I'm just down a clean piece. My attack has not amounted to much. So once again, I fall into the try to make the fishing pole attack work fallacy, conundrum, whatever you want to label it. It's not over though. I do feel like you should just take the bishop though. Guess alternatively, you could just attack both rooks now. But then I get to attack the queen. He does take. Take with the queen. Yeah, take with the queen. Attack the queen. See, do about this then. You can bring the queen all the way back, or you can protect with the rook. He chooses the rook. Hmm. Running out of time. Lift our rook. Let's lift our rook. Assume he's going to sidestep. I've launched my bishop up here. Attack the queen. Doesn't look like a bad idea. Maybe I should have done that first. Maybe I should have done that first. Well, I'm gonna lose, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Bishop here. Let's get our king around first. That's a bad move. That's a very bad move. Check. And I'm gonna end up losing the queen. Bad move. So the slump continues. Nothing I can do. I could come back. Yeah, I could come back. All right, I'll come back. Now bishop here. Queen here, queen here, mate. So I need to create this running space for my king. Hmm. I don't have time to do anything else. Time. Oh, he comes in with the queen. The rook, I get the bishop. And so the rook guards the square. So I um, I don't want to get checked again. Check here and then here, but then I guard this square. Apologize if you can hear my parrot in the background. He's being pretty loud in the living room. Gonna wheedle out of this? Surely not. I think I mean, he can perpetual me at the very least. Takes and allows me to take. He gets this running square. I don't have the bishop because the queen protects it. So what do I really do after that? Take the pawn. They just gave me a pass pawn. Two pass pawns, actually. If he allows it, I'm going to swing over here. This might be a draw. I might get a draw out of this. Although I feel like white should have been crushing. Um, I don't think a bishop and a rook can beat a rook. I think that's a theoretical draw. And he is losing time also. Oh, he wants to trade. He wants to trade rooks. And I have to trade because I have nothing else. Yeah, I have to. Gonna advance my pawn. No, I'm not gonna draw this. Not gonna draw this. I gotta get my king back. That's lost. That's just lost. No need to play that out. Well, the tumble continues. Um, let's figure out where we went wrong. I had a shot in the middle, a brief glimmer of hope of regaining equality. But aside from that, white was crushing. I played that miserably in the middle game. Miserably. Um, let's review this monstrosity. In book. It's all book. Okay. It doesn't like my pawn push. I briefly did consider the bishop move. Slight edge with that, but this was a miss. I should have gone with the knight move immediately, threatening the pawn. Best move. And the king push. King push connecting the rooks. A little dubious. I saw this move in game as well. Threatens the pawn immediately. I don't know, then maybe swinging the rook over or something like that. It does create threats, though. Creating threats is generally a pretty good thing. Couple misses in a row there from each of us. I should have pushed the middle, the e pawn, to lock the bishop out. At this point, my dreams of the fishing pole should have been dead, but I stubbornly hung on. Another missed opportunity to push in the middle and seal off. Three moves in a row. I should have pushed e5, and he gets it in first. And I give up a piece. So come up with that rook. Yeah, my goose is pretty cooked in here. Like, I don't. White's going to make a mistake here in a moment that's going to give me equality, but I'm going to have to find it, and I don't know. At this point, I do feel like I have a shot. I have a chance here. He blunders right here. Right here is a blunder. Yeah, I have a chance for equality by doing what? Do I take the pawn? I took the bishop and I allowed him to trade, and I went into an endgame piece down. I feel like I've got to take the pawn here. Takes f2 is the best move. And that's followed by rook 1 to e2. Rook takes e2. King takes. And bishop takes d3. Check. That wins me my piece. That wins me my piece back. And it's equal. Maybe even with aspirations of queening this someday. I should have calculated a bit harder there. But I have no time. I have no time. So better time management continues to be the theme. That was my last hope at digging myself out of that. I hope you continue to enjoy these games. I want to continue making them. Come back and enjoy some more.